boy, Jim. Just watched Elena Gnes. I don't really think it was from today, and I'm kind of sad about that in some ways. And she is in a bomb shelter. She has her 5-month-old daughter and another daughter and a son. And she is being interviewed by Fox News, of course. And people, you all just go ahead and pick on Fox News. But when CTV wouldn't even give us fair representation other than that one guy, Fox News was there. Fox News is over there. Elena Gnes is trying to change history. And that's the type of woman that my mom was. That's the type of... She's from the Ukraine, but she could well be Irish, I guarantee you. I don't think I've had such a gut-wrenching, terrible time. Perhaps once. I tried to watch that Indian horse, First Nations people sent to the government schools. I took me 8 times, 7, 8 times. I'm not sure that I ever watched the whole bloody thing from front to back because I just couldn't. This Elena Gnes, she has more balls than most politicians ever thought they had. She's holding her 5-month-old baby. Her little brother looks like about 5, 6, 7 maybe. Sister right in there too. Interviewer said, "Your husband tell you anything?" She said yes. Her husband told her that he loved her. She said that's all she needed to hear. She said she respected him. There's a scripture about all that. A woman needs to be loved. A man needs to be respected. Hey, that's what scripture says, children. So, she said, Mr. Biden, save us. I think the greatest sadness in this world is to put your trust in someone who doesn't have your best interest at heart. It's called electing a political representative, member of parliament, something. God forgive us for not caring enough for the ones who cannot care for themselves. A little lady, she said, when asked, how long are you going to hang in there, kind of? What happens if Soviet Russia puts in a puppet government? She said, we all will stay and fight. Those who were afraid, they left. You haven't been shot at. You don't know what it's like. Well, it's kind of like being run at by a mountain lion from about 150 feet away. And you watch it come, and you know in your heart you can't do anything about it. And yet you figure, if I watch, if I've learned anything over the years, it'll plant its feet and jump. Being shot at's kind of like that. You don't actually realize what's happening at the moment. You may feel the bullet going close to you. You can feel bullets if they're real close. My heart goes out to that lady. If she lives through this, I hope someone sets up a GoFundMe thing for that lady and her baby children and her husband. I bet you'd share it with her neighbors. That's what I hear in her. That's what I hear in her heart. You say you care about people. Do you listen to people's hearts? You look beyond your own discomfort. You look into another's eyes. You look at where they've been, what they've done, without judging them. Well, then you're learning. You haven't learned it all, but you're learning. And that's the best we can hope to do, to be teachable. Now, it is unfortunate that Donald Trump's not in power. Benjamin Netanyahu over in Israel. Stephen Harper up here. I mentioned Stephen. He never did call me. Didn't need to. I think he affected change with that dark, black complected lady from the north end of Africa. You call yourself a man. You ladies, you think of yourselves as women, strong, thoughtful, not fearful. I want you to know something. If we in Canada were going through Elena, Gnes and her children are, and the rest of the Ukrainian people, you'd be a hell of a lot more empathetic the next time you came on something that was just wrong and you were willing to do something about it. Like a Canadian, respectfully, politely. But you were willing to stand in the gap and to make a difference. I about lost everything I ever worked for. It was all totally meaningless. Because all that matters and all you'll ever be remembered for is, did you make a difference? Did you touch someone's heart? Did you love enough? Could be a country song. I think Garth Brooks already got to it. Everything we do could be a country song if we have enough guts to live by our hearts and to purpose in our heart to do the right thing. So, what do you do? What do you do today that might be considered the right thing? Because what you do today toward others may well be a reflection of your future, our future. It's I'm looking at my phone. Oh, children. I fight against abuse with my whole heart. Putin's an abuser, and he doesn't give a rat's ass who he kills. And I put forth a lot of ideas about God being a creator. Not religious. I'm not religious. But I know in whom I have believed. And I am persuaded that he is able to take care of all that which I commit unto him against that day. And that day is the day of his return. Oh, I pray for that lady and her babies and her husband. But she is emblematic of a whole country of people who found their unity with each other through adversity, through horror. They're not planning next year's vacation. No. They're just praying they live through the night. Pray for the people of Ukraine. Pray for the people of Russia. Because they don't reflect well, that bastard Putin. Because he's off in his own little world. And you pray for I think it's the Wiggins or something in China. Because Xi Jinping, he doesn't care who he kills. You pray for Taiwan because Xi Jinping is watching Biden, that pussy. It's not his fault. He should have been let out to pasture a long time ago. And Putin, he would never do this with Donald Trump. Tyrannical coward. I'm glad the judo organization kicked his sorry arse out of bed. I took judo for a long time. So, you pray. You think this couldn't come here? You're wrong. You think Putin's going to quit after he's done his best to destroy the Ukraine? You're wrong. You think this isn't the start of the Third World War? I hope it isn't. I don't have a clue. I read the book. I don't have a clue. I don't know how long. I'm not afraid. I don't think that lady is afraid. I think she's real close to tears. I watched how she hugged her little baby, which has a breathing disorder. I'm the only one in my family that doesn't have asthma. I'm also the only one that smoked sprayed lacquer and ate sawdust, it seems. Sorry about that. Called a rabbit trail. It's what I do when the emotion's too big. God bless. Pray for that lady. Pray for the Ukraine. Pray for the American people who could well be on the receiving end of Putin stuff. God bless.